and I'll be jammed.
Good evening, Chris.
Shane.
Goodbye, miss.
See the true horror around you.
Hello, sir. Sorry to disturb you at this hour. I'm a doctor inquiring about the epidemic. May I come in?
A doctor, you say? No, thank you.
It cannot be safe for a blind man to live here alone. Let me enter, sir. I swear I mean you no harm.
Well, a voice never lies, and yours clearly is the voice of a gentleman. All right, Doctor, come on in. Tell me, how do you see the world these days? So what is the name of my nocturnal visitor?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. As I already explained to you, I'm inquiring about the epidemic.
Dr. Reed? The eminent surgeon? My God, I'd never have expected a brilliant physician like you to knock on my door.
You flatter me, sir.
No, sir, I am flattered. I read all your work when I still had my sight. I loved it. I'm Mason Swanborough, by the way.
And what else have you learned about me, Mr. Swanborough?
I know you assisted Professor Carell in France, and that you invented a new blood transfusion method based on his work.
Yes. Those were frustrating but exciting days. I loved it.
Yes, the thrill of research and discovery. This is what drives people like us, Dr. Reed. Oh, how I envy you.
Does someone take care of you in this isolated place?
My sister Loretta and I have our daily routine. Every morning and evening she comes by so we can talk and eat. Then she leaves and I stay.
Do you not appreciate your sister's visits?
Loretta is the best and worst thing that happened to me. And I believe she could say the same thing about me.
Where does your sister go?
Well, let's just say, she earns enough money for us both.
What's so amusing about that?
I won't hide the truth from you. Loretta sells a fake miracle elixir to the sick people of Whitechapel.
Do you know Braille, Mr. Swanborough?
I'm no expert, but I learned it in my spare time, yes. Why?
I found a strange document entitled Cure for Blindness. It's written in Braille, so I thought perhaps it was yours.
Really? Is that some kind of sick joke? Let me see.
Here it is.
This letter seems authentic. And it actually refers to an experimental cure for blindness. You have piqued my interest, Dr. Reed.
Could it be of any use to you?
No. This page is just a part of a larger diary. I'd be glad if you could find the other pages.
Goodbye, Mr. Swanborough. I'll leave you now.
Wandering in this part of town at night, you're either brave or a fool. What kind of gentleman pays visits to people at this late hour?
It's locked.
Tell me, how do you see the world these days? Wandering in this part of town at night, you're either brave or a fool. Tell me, how do you see the world these days?
Filthy fucking bitch! Killing's all you deserve!
Evidence of trick.
You pay for this. Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come on, we can sort it out, right? Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose... Right then.
People are talking about this Colossus. Well,
Mr.
evening.
Have you heard anything about...
Not really.
Why am I not convinced?
Maybe it's because you lack faith. Being a skeptic must be useful for a man of science.
What help could I possibly be to your business?
That's simple. I already get good money from all those fleeing the war. Can you imagine what they'd be willing to pay if I could offer medical assistance too?
Mr. Bates, do not make me regret saving your life in this quarantine zone.
I understand, Dr. Reed, you're from a good family. Don't want to get your hands dirty. That's fine. I'll be happy to act as your middleman.
I've no interest in money. Perhaps one night I will visit you and take what I require. If that should happen, there will be no need for a middleman.
So it's a no then. That's too bad. The Reed tonic could have really helped people, you know, save lives. Isn't that what you do? I mean, people buy that Swambra shit.
It's unusual to see someone so happy around here, especially considering the current situation.
Why should I be sad now? There've always been wars, disease, tragedy. There always will be.
That's an unusual way of seeing things in these trying times.
I don't see why I should shed a tear for another man's woes. I'm healthy, and I intend to stay so.
What is your business exactly?
I offer fair lodgings for a modest price to the poor and weary of Whitechapel.
I see. And what about those who cannot pay?
Well, deals can be done, if you know what I mean. Money's not the only currency. After all, I'm not immune to a pretty face.
You obviously place yourself above the misery of Whitechapel, but you are as repellent an individual as I have ever met.
Begging your pardon, I thought you was a man who could appreciate the complexity of the modern world. Things ain't just black and white, you know.
Tell me, what's your honest opinion of the increasing violence in London?
People are just beginning to discover what we've always known. This city's rotten to the core. They just took their bloody time to wake up and notice it.
What do you mean?
People are acting like the violence is news. But it's always been savage down here. It just bubbles to the surface every now and again.
You seem to have recovered well since your attack. Do you ever think about what happened to you?
Not much. It was a fucking nightmare. Savages, absolute bloody savages. Their appearance. Jesus. It made me want to puke.
You'd better not come back here. I won't be around next time to save you. I want to know everything about the recent violence, Cadogan. And I want the truth.
Well, rent may be a bit high, and yeah, I've had to evict a few people. But that's business, isn't it?
Take this as my final warning. You will not profit from the misery of others. Business is one thing, but what you do is quite another.
Really? What you gonna do? You ain't from here. You ain't Whitechapel, Doctor. You wouldn't know the first thing about playing dirty, even if you wanted to.
Goodbye, Mr. Bates.
Has been proven by many. Even the flu is no match for the Swanborough cordial. Kinslayer, kiss me again, sweet brother. You left me. You burned away Jonathan, kill him. Revel in your true nature. Come to me, Jonathan. You've killed me, bro. What have you done? You've killed me, brother! Rest in peace, monster. Kinsley, 'cause you spared Sean Hampton. Don't expect the same. What have you done? You left me to rot in this grave. Come to me, Jonathan. Kiss me again, sweet brother.
I have this thirst for blood. I can't believe I'm doing this.
In this grave! Rest in peace, monster. Assassin! Abomination! What have you done? Jonathan killed. Revel in your true nature. Kinslayer! You've burned away Nurse Crane's mind. You're a monster! Kiss me again, sweet brother. You've killed me, brother! Abomination! Come to me, Jonathan. You've killed me, brother! Kiss me again, sweet brother. You left me to rot in this grave! What have you done? Because you spared your captain, don't expect the same mercy from me! Come to me, Jonathan.
Crush the leech, boys!
Jonathan, kill him. Revel in your true nature. You've burned away Nurse Crane's mind. You're a monster! Come to me, Jonathan. You left me to rot in this grave! again, sweet brother. Ah! Ah! Yeah! Ah! Rest in peace, monster. Kinslayer! Kiss me again, sweet brother. You've killed me, brother! Because you spared Sean Hampton, don't expect the same mercy from me! Come to me, Jonathan. You left me to rot in this grave! Well, brother, it's time to bring this conversation to an end. Forever.
You know I will not play this game.
Calm now, Doctor. Like a rabid dog. Or think you're performing an autopsy.
Don't be ridiculous.
I'll kill them all. The kind Dr. Swansea. The sweet little lass with hair of red. I am the Harbinger, bringing your punishment.
Mary.
Don't you see? This is not me. Flesh that never ages. All nightmare, no dream. Bring it to a close. Let me sleep.
I will find a cure, Mary. I swear it.
Then, at last, I can forgive you.
shed one last red tear for my fallen sister. I realize the entire world now revolves around this singular word. The epidemic that has stricken London is not the Spanish flu. It is transmitted through the blood, via violent biting, turning survivors into frenzied immortals. I am Dr. Jonathan Reed. I am a vampire, born anew into an age of death and pestilence. While plotting factions close in around me, I am sworn to find the source of this epidemic. I am convinced greater perils are still to come. I know the answers I seek are hiding in our blood.
Watch yourselves! There's one of them! Mine! I'll take it! Christ! He's there!
Dorothea. I'm so sorry.
Good evening, Xiaoshu.
晚上好。
How do you feel?
I don't feel good, Doctor.
You should recover quickly.
Thank you, Doctor.
Goodbye for now. How are...
I'm not your boy, all right?
Do you need...
Please. Feeling tired.
There you go. Let's hope nobody steals it from you.
Very funny.
Goodbye, young man. Good evening, Benjamin.
I'm afraid not, Mr. Rick.
You don't seem well, Benjamin.
I always feel ill, sir. It's like
I can try to help your body heal.
the war destroyed me, Doctor.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper.
I won't end up another drunk. Castle littering the streets. Not me.
How are you, boy?
I'm not your...
Goodbye, young man.
Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even the flu is no match.
Loretta, why do you feel so guilty about your brother?
I don't expect him to forgive me. All I can do is make amends for what I did.
By making him a crook and a criminal. What if somebody decides to make him pay for your scam?
Mason is totally capable of defending himself. Just leave us be. We're perfectly fine.
Don't you think he needs to be somewhere he can receive appropriate medical care?
Mason wants to be useful, can you understand that? And chemistry is his passion, and the Swanborough cordial gives him a purpose in life.
Loretta, your miraculous formula wouldn't even cure a common cold, and you know it.
The Swanborough's cordial's secret ingredient is hope, Doctor. And it's something people around here really need.
A placebo effect is real and has benefit. But in your case, you could be murdering your customers who may die because they are not receiving the necessary medical attention.
Medical attention? In Whitechapel? Trust me, my cordial is the best option they have, since it is the only one.
You're just a greedy hypocrite.
Hypocrite! What about an eminent physician prowling these streets at night? I'm sure you have a personal agenda too, Doctor.
I'd like...
A lot of people are talking about this Colossus.
Don't be afraid. Cheap price, good quality.
Your prey is mine now! See them fancy clothes? This one's a top!
Don't you know better? You cannot win this. You're bleeding. Stupid newborn.
Good evening, Mr.
Is it you? What kind of gentleman pays visits to people at this late hour? What can I do for you, Doctor?
Why does your sister feel so guilty about what happened to you?
Because she knows I'll never forgive what she did to me.
You run an illegal business with someone you hate?
I don't hate my sister. She looks after me, we have a good time. But I'm just not ready to forgive her.
Your sister seems to believe this miracle elixir business is somehow doing you good.
Loretta believes that keeping busy is what I need to be happy.
And is she wrong?
My sister is wrong about almost everything. But as long as she thinks she's in charge, she can be nice.
You seem unwell, sir.
Actually, I feel worse than you.
Yes.
Thank you, Doctor.
Goodbye, Mr. Swanborough. I'll leave you now.
Wandering in this part of town at night, you're either brave...
Over there! There's one of those vermin! The beast must die! Fear no evil! It's one of them!
Jonathan, old chap, how are you tonight? I've seen little of you of late.
I was conducting research in my room, away from the nightly routines.
Of course, of course. Worry not, I understand. The situation has been testy around here. I won't deny it, but we still stand.
Have you any reliable friends in the West End who might assist me?
Unfortunately, you will be alone. Except for our ravishing red-headed acquaintance, of course.
What of my commission here at Pembroke Hospital?
Nothing to fear, Jonathan. Your position here is in no jeopardy. You remain one of us, and you are always most welcome.
What about the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole? Where are they?
There are only a few of us, and most others would not speak to you. I am the black sheep of our brotherly flock, you know.
What news do you bring?
The news is not good, my friend. We try to keep the epidemic at bay, but street violence is escalating quickly.
How bad is the epidemic?
It is killing the infected patients faster. In less than 2 days now. The only blessing is that they are contagious for a shorter period.
Tell me more about the violence.
Geoffrey McCallum seems to have sent his war dogs on a hunt. On a nightly basis, Pre-Wen patrols exterminate every skull and vampire they find.
Have they come closer to the hospital?
No. They mainly focus on fallen districts or abandoned buildings. But they're growing in numbers. They must be recruiting heavily.
I have received an alarming letter from Lady Ashbury. She wants me to meet her at her house. I have been granted safe passage.
Then you are twice fortunate. I have never been invited to the lady's mansion. And with the quarantine and controls, city access is nigh impossible.
Is the quarantine serving any purpose?
It is helping slow the propagation of the epidemic. But as long as we have no clue to its origin, its efficiency is limited.
Why have you never entered the lady's house? You are one of her good friends, are you not?
My dear Jonathan, you have no idea how reclusive the good lady normally is, nor in what great esteem she must hold you to let you into her domain.
Thank you, Edgar. We shall speak again later.
Over there! There's one of them vermin!
Hey, ladies! Here's what you deserve.
Eat it!
You leech!
Taste this!
Good evening, Mr.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Eve. So long, Ru. Good evening, Miss...
Of course. I can't remember the last time I had... What can I do for...
Mrs. Fish...
I am a...
Then let me give you a...
I thank you for your generosity, sir.
Goodbye, Miss Fishburne. Take care of yourself.
I can't remember the last time I had a good sleep.
To every night, a darkness.
So,
All these whispers of monsters got folk gossiping and scared. It's people they should fear. Flesh and blood.
good...
Hello.
Can I offer you...
Giving out for free.
Perhaps I would.
Thank you. But that...
Goodbye, Miss Cobb. Goodbye.
I think I'm losing my mind.
Welcome back, Doctor. What can I do for you?
Do you need any...
Can't be good for...
Indeed. It would be a shame to take...
Oh, thank you, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Mr...
Times
You
like
still
these are good drinks just as likely.
Do you require medical...
Don't feel so good if you have to know.
Take this. It'll help.
Tom always said we got to keep the doors...
Goodbye.
Perhaps I should shut the turquoise for a time.
It's locked, all right.
Pleasure, sir. Been a while since we've seen any new faces round here.
I can feel it coming in my bones. A hatred. A wave of bitter death. Drowned in vengeance.
The sewer dog's fault, they say. Then the gangs, the epidemics, everyone's throwing the blame.